Alright, we're back. With more another. We're gonna find who died. I feel like it's gotta be Inori in the locker, right? Because she's the only one small enough to fit. That was also it's coming from the inside of the locker. No unknown sound in the fear, but more than that curiosity. I wanted to see what was inside of it. When I opened the door of the locker, there was... Oh, what the fuck? Ray? Makaru? She was in a state where the usual neat and refined look was off. The hair was loose, the blouse was loose, and the glasses were sprawled, and her whole body was bound. That loud sound was made by Makaru? Why are you like this? Who did this? And only that, Makaru was bloody. At first I thought she was like Ohara, but when I looked closely, it looked like this blood wasn't coming from Makaru. It was from a bloody cloth that was buried inside the locker. Okay, I'll release you now, so don't move too much. Makaru, what happened here? Before that, give me your right hand. Okay. Come on, shut up and quickly show me your right hand. Couldn't tell why, but I pressed my right hand on Makaru's hand without delay. Makaru took a while, wrapping her right hand with my own and observing for something. It's not you either. Makaru, why do you need my right hand? Nothing you need to know. More importantly, incompetent. Tell me what time it is and what's the current situation right now. Well, she was incarcerated while being bound by someone. She's asking about the situation as if it's normal for her. Well, it's her, so I guess it's not so random. I think it's roughly 8:25 right now. We got together for breakfast, but some few people were unusually late. We began to start looking for them. Apparently, your gang is you, Akane, Haruhiko, Teruya, Satsuki, Mikako, Kanata, and Kakeru. Was it? Yes. Who else was missing? In the group we were having breakfast, but Inori and Yamaguchi were missing. When we found Ohara on the second floor, Kinjo is also still missing. For the doctor and lawyer. So I may ask, Makaru, what happened to you? I never expected you to be in such a situation. Shut up. Forget everything you saw. It's embarrassing. Yeah, it was definitely my fault. I didn't realize I was going to be targeted so sudden. You were attacked? By who? Well, you'll soon find out who it is. The one who dared to touch me. I'll leave them with the greatest regret in their life. What's this bloody locker about? This blood isn't from you, right? You don't know? Hey, we don't have the time to be chatting. When I heard the situation from you, I believe this is a very climax moment. I'm going to investigate. Makaru, wait. Damn it, what the hell is going on? Well, at least I've confirmed that Makaru is safe, so let's go find the others. This felt chill. The fact that this blood means that there's someone who shed this blood. Fuck. Makaru, hang on a second. Huh? What else do you want? I don't have the luxury to talk to you right now, you hear me? Can't you figure out the situation already? It's not it, I just wanted to know what you were doing last night. Wow, I know how stupid you are, but if you don't feel sorry for your friend's life, and you don't mind running around and talking to me right now, what does that mean? A life I would... No way. It's uncertain in my voice, but in my mind, I finally fully understood word by word. Ohara being attacked by someone, Makaru imprisoned, and a bloody locker. The puzzle was completed with all the conditions set to the worst possible outcome, and right after that... What is this? Someone scream. Oh shit. Maida, Carl, I found one. Kurakawa. It seems you encountered some problems. Definitely. Please, help me to the science lab. You need help? Why in the science lab? Looks like something happened. Since it's an emergency, I'll help you out. Move. Yes. Mikako's complexion didn't look so good. That made me even more anxious. I really wonder what's going on. What's happening in the science lab? Could it be related to that scream earlier? Maida, you're here. Looks like you found Makaru, too. I want to ask about what happened. About that sound. But for now, we have a bigger issue on our hands. Also, as you may have guessed, Kurakawa went to the casino, and I tried to investigate the science lab, but the door wouldn't open. I heard a scream in the science lab while trying to open the door. Maida, help us here. Four of us joined forces and pushed the door of the science lab, but it didn't even budge. It felt different from simply being locked with a padlock. It was as if something was blocking the door. It's not moving at all. Well, what do we do? Should we go back with the others on the second floor? We heard a scream in here. Are we going to just leave it at that? We can't just give up. Another scream. Whose is it and what is going in there? Oh, there. That sound. Can you hear it? When I listened to Kurakawa's words and focused on the sounds the science lab made, I heard a strange and unusual sound. This is a water sound, isn't it? Water. It sounds like something is flowing when I hear it. Well, what do we do if the door doesn't open? It's all in vain? Hey, come here for a second, you people. Makaro pointed to look closely at the blurry window on the door of the science lab. You stupid fools. The sliding door is blocked with something from the inside. It'll never open. That was weird, but I also thought that something was wrong. They blocked it with something? Are you saying the inside is closed? But then it would be even more difficult to open the door. It's not going to happen. Yeah, she's going to break the glass. That's what I thought. Sakaro said that she then raised her elbow to the door of the science lab to break the window. Makaro, are you sure you can do that? Is it not considered vandalism? It's okay. The vandalism is caused by force majeure, which involves in the incident. In Monokuma's eyes, that is. She said that. She put her arm inside the broken window, shoving the thing that was blocking the door. Can't you do something simple as this? Incompetent ones. Now it's unlocked. Open it. Like Makaro said, the door to the science lab opened with a sound, and the first thing we discovered was... What is this? Water? When I opened the door to the science lab, a lot of water flowed from the inside. The inside was full of water, and when we entered the room, it was in a watery state so that at least your ankles were submerged. The water in the science lab is... What's going on? When we were trying to check the state of the room... Huh? Don't go in! Stay away from the water! Makaro shouted urgently in a serious mood, and I unknowingly stood up away from the water pit on the science lab. Why, Makaro? This is how they ended up. If you're curious, look inside the science lab. You'll understand what I mean. Makaro's voice sunk like it was subdued. Makaro, who's usually hard to beat, makes a voice like this. It can only mean when she witnesses someone's death. Being careful not to be touching the water pit, quietly I moved my gaze into the science lab. The scenery that came into my view from there, it was horrifying. It was utter despair. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. Her whole body is tied up and burned out. The body of Kanata Inori, the ultimate surgeon. It's an unbelievable despair. Holy fuck. This is a lie, right? Why is Inori... Why is she... Couldn't accept the scene that was in front of my eyes, but soon I was able to face reality by a sense. It's like a grilled squid, but that smell was even more nauseous. The smell's like burning flesh. Ugh. Ugh. Unbelievable. Inori? Felt like a dream scene, because Inori, who was smiling brightly with us until yesterday and talking to us, became like this. Inori, who was so kind to us. As a doctor, Inori, who worked very hard to take care of everyone's health. It was then that the sound reminded me that this was our reality. Body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin. Body discovery announcement. That means there's zero possibility that she's alive. Kanata Inori is dead. Why? Why? Who the hell would do this? Why, you ask? It's only natural. I don't know who yet, but there's a person who wants to get out of here by any means. This is nonsense, leaving us so suddenly. There wasn't even time to save her. I'm really sorry, Inori. It was though the body was found. Why don't we start searching? We need to prepare a search. He's starting again. A class trial. That's right. We have to face this terrible despair once again. If we cannot identify the culprit who killed Inori, we will all face punishment due to the class trial's reckless rules. Mention the rest of the people are downstairs. They must have heard the BDA, so they'll come here soon. If you don't want to die, get ready to investigate. So there's no time to even be sad. The same when Maki and Tomori died. Once again, we have to overcome sadness. We must overcome despair. However, this despair would not end with this. It was no ordinary despair. There's two. Of course there's two. There's always a double murder in chapter 3. No, but Inori looks like she was fucking tortured. Like, legit. Inori looks like she was tortured to death. Drowned and then electrocuted while she was underwater. We'll begin. Huh? Huh? That wasn't it a BDA again? No, something is wrong, right? Inori's body BDA just rang, right? Why is there another announcement? There's only one thing I can think of. This is quite unprecedented. What are you talking about? Mikako! I have a bad feeling. We should join with the others on the second floor. What happened? I may already know, but until I check it out with my own eyes, I won't believe it. There's no way. Such a worse situation can never happen. Sorry, sure never happen. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, I think someone exploded. It's Tyra. Oh, Tori. Right. What's going on? What happened to you? That's blood. Tyra and Tori appeared astonished in front of the library as they stood there. The front of the library was covered in blood. Huge amount of it in the bloody locker I saw in the art room. It all started to overlap a little in my head. Obviously, Nori didn't have any noticeable trauma. The BDA rang twice. Tyra's party hasn't seen Inori's body yet. I'm so appalled. He's desperate to know. Tyra quietly pointed in the library with a finger. Quietly breathing deeply as to not indulge reason in my mind and opening the door to the library. No matter what I see here, I have to be prepared to open the door. What I saw on the other side was... Betraying my expectations, and despair in the library greeted me. No, my boy got decapitated! No, lawyer man! Full of blood was the body of the ultimate lawyer, Kakeru Yamaguchi, greeting me. No, he got decapitated, dude! Fuck. Damn. Duh. Maida. Maida, wake up! To Tyra? I think I've lost consciousness for a while. This is because of watching so many shocking scenes back and forth. I was in front of Yamaguchi's dead body in the library, and there was Tyra in between. Here was this situation right now. I was worried because you found Yamaguchi's body and went silent. Sorry. Yuki's party went to the third floor to investigate, came back and found Yamaguchi's corpse, and now everyone else went to the infirmary to take care of Uhara and Kinjo. Kinjo? What's wrong with Kinjo? Did you guys find him? Oh yes, I'll explain what happened. Our investigation on the second floor. Our team found a pit of blood in front of the library while investigating the power room, the trading room, etc. Went into the library, but Yamaguchi and Kinjo were both covered in blood, and they were both on the floor too. Even Kinjo was covered in blood. Yes, at first I was surprised. I feared they both died, because the BDA rang twice, and I thought Kinjo died as well, and he was treated as a corpse count. It's not right. Another BDA rang because we discovered another body. I heard they were talking about Kanata. It's all too painful to lose so many friends in a single night. We can't grieve now. I haven't started my investigation yet, but I'll come back to talk about it at the class trial soon. So let's do our best, Yuki. We don't know who it is, but there's probably one of us who killed two of our friends. We couldn't even look at the body due to the shock of the death of Inori and Yamaguchi. Tyra's eyes seemed full of solid determination, even though it was mixed with sadness. Tyra, you've gotten stronger. Eh? It's the same for all of you. You have to overcome the death of our friends. You guys are stronger than me, where I was just shocked and trembling. No, I'm not strong. That's a lie. But what was said to me yesterday from Mikako made me realize what I had to do. I was saved by Ayame in exchange for her life, right? So I vowed that no matter what, I wouldn't die here. To be sure to survive here and to repay Ayame's wish. Taira. Oh, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean I'll go killing. It means that I want to escape with everyone together. I know, don't worry. I was surprisingly well talking with Taira. Seems my worries have calmed down a little. Feels like she could really get out of here someday, as if she worked together with us. I felt the same way. Yeah, by the way, everyone's late. You said they were treating Ohara and Kinjo. Ohara was fortunate enough that it was a light wound, but what about Kinjo? I didn't see him. I'm not sure. He was unconscious even after being taken into the infirmary. What? Looks like he got a big head wound. Besides, in this case, we had to take the role of Kanata and apply the first aid by ourselves. This is a bad enough situation as it is. Oh, they're here. Yeah, sir. Are you okay, Nomaeda? You look pretty bad. Yes, somehow. By the way, did you all know about the BDAs? No, Yamaguchi in the library, but Inori on the 3rd floor was also dead. That's too cruel, poor girl. It is regrettable. What has already happened is irreversible, so we have no choice in the matter. We have to find the killer in order to live. Oh, it's Kinjo. Ohara seems to be fine now. Kinjo is still in a coma. There's no sign of him waking up, so we gave the first aid and put him on the infirmary bed. I'm worried. Was the first aid effective? I thought it would be difficult because Inori was missing. Well, to be specific, I didn't do anything, and Otori was the one who applied it. I couldn't do it either, so I just organized the supplies and handed him over the first aid kit. It's a little surprising, Otori. You have more talent than we thought you had. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. I've also solid medical products in the first place, so yeah, I have the knowledge. Compared to Inori, it's not even close. Friends have died. No choice but to investigate this. Some tried to lighten up the mood than usual to get as much energy as possible. Thanks to it, the situation seemed to improve, however little it could. I seem to gather, so it's okay to show up? Everyone's idol, Monokuma. Really want to hit this bear real hard. Yeah, there's only 7 of us, technically. Show Monokuma, why are you so late? Oh, there's only 9 of us left. Tried to show up right away and give it to you, but you guys made things even more complex. Tried to give it. His body was found, you know. 2 of them, too. File 3 and 1 should not be given. A-1. This time there are 2 victims in particular, so I prepared 2 Monokuma files. 3-1 belongs to Yamaguchi, and 3-2 belongs to Inori. Hey, does that number mean anything? For example, order of death? Well, why do you guess that? It would be fun to say that, but it's not really in that sense. That number attached to the Monokuma files is based on all the members gathered, and there's only 1 because all the members are gathered in the current library. All of them because Super Cop is missing. Jakun is on a trip to Dreamland, so he can't help it, sadly. Unfortunately, that murder happened in the morning, but that's why it burns more, isn't that right? I'll be going on ahead and leave the next Monokuma file next to the other body. Hope you'll do your best for your sacrificed friends. Seems too much to say that the culprit killed 2 people? Huh? If the culprit murders this way, there could be many victims in the future. If they commit 3 or 4 murders, we will all die. Sounds like it, but I want to ask too. The situation was quite unexpected for me too. Slaughter is allowed as a rule. A crazy person can continue to commit serial killings, right? That's the point, huh? I never really thought about that. Yeah, that's crazy. You're completely irresponsible. It really matters? Serial murder is an event that can't be left out of the mystery, right? Blocking such thrilling and heart-pounding events is a sin too. Doesn't matter at all. Just being exposed to the horror of murder makes someone crazy enough. But now you can be a serial murderer? Alright, that is school rules. It's forbidden to kill another person after investigation has taken place. It can only be up to 2 people the Blacking can kill. Now, are we done yet? It's up to 2 people. Now, the killer's already killed Yamaguchi and Miss Inori. 2 people are fine. Serial killing is so much more fun that it can't be messed. Do you like serial killings? Person who killed Kakeru and Kanata? What do you mean? What I mean is criminal A kills Kakeru Yamaguchi and criminal B kills Kanata. By looking at Monokuma's words, that possibility disappeared. So it looks so novel and interesting. Unfortunately, I can't allow that. Assuming the first murder comes out, I'll personally stop the second one myself. There are 2 criminals. There won't be just 1 or 2 difficulties in the class trial. The murder converges to 0 in the first place. I have to be blown the hell out of it. Here goes, you guys. Please do your research. Monokuma only said what he needs to say and disappeared. I heard earlier you said that Tsurugi was in a coma? Yeah, he's in the bed in the infirmary. What about Kinjo? If he can't wake up for the class trial like this? I think Monokuma will handle that. It is a bit painful that a brain like Kinjo couldn't investigate and proceed to the trial. Idiots who will soon come to the realization of all, of you all who only depended on the psycho cop. But we'll show we can handle it. Is that right? We and you guys have fundamentally different ways of thinking. As evidence of that, I've already completed my investigation of the library and about the body of Kakero. So you guys, you only went to the infirmary, so what did you do? So what, are we trying to brag about it? Worried about you getting in my way, criminal. I don't know who you are. Think you're pretty intelligent, aren't you? Aiming for Tsurugi Kinjo. Now then, you better try your best. I'm going to the science lab, so don't disturb me. Mikara left the library and we nodded facing each other. Everyone is the same with the pain of losing two of our friends. However, as always, you have to overcome it. If criminals uncovered in the class trial and survived the situation, we won't have to face the same end. Again, we have to overcome it, because I have no choice but to. Because it must be done, we have to stay determined. Alright. Begin! First, let's summarize the basis for this case. This time, unlike the previous two incidents, there are two victims, and the places where the bodies were found were also quite the distance. The library on the second floor and the science room on the third floor. For all, there's a need for large-scale investigations going back and forth between the second and third floors. Our tools, I don't know yet, but his previous experience, the killers may have procured tools from different places. Mikaro said Kinjo is very helpful in cases. It's embarrassing. It's Mikaro, I don't think she would answer any questions to us. Shouldn't give up just because we don't have Kinjo with us. We're roughly organized, and as always, let's begin with the Monokuma files. The estimated time of death of the victim, Kakero Yamaguchi, is about 8:40, found in the library, with a sharp cut from the back of the neck to the uvula. The weapon is presumed to be something sharp, with no other visible trauma. So he was decapitated. As usual, although it was a Monokuma file with so little information, the time of death is 8:40. It was right after we found Inori's body. If so, Inori died before Yamaguchi. So it turns out that Inori was still screaming faintly when we were standing at the door of the science lab, which proves she was alive until then. And this means Inori and Yamaguchi were killed almost simultaneously in real time. Makes sense that they were murdered. No, hold on. Isn't that a little strange? When we opened the door to the science lab, only a large amount of water flowed out of the corridor. There was no other person in it. Remotely murdered, was it? I haven't seen Inori's Monokuma file yet, so I won't be able to confirm it for sure. The Yamaguchi's intake is said to be something sharp. There's a cut deep enough to cut the entire neck. Can this kind of wound be done remotely? If this is what's called a real-time murder, maybe. The possibility of someone who was investigating the second floor pretended to find the body after killing Yamaguchi on the spot. It's this kind of suspicion. I'm so rotten. It's not a joke, so I have to rule out any kinds of scenarios. There's this kind of wound, and there was no other trauma involved, so it seems that this must have been an immediate death. That's what I can infer from the Monokuma file so far. Now let's search the library and science lab. If we talk to the others, I might discover something too. Okay, this must have been what Kinjo was. How was this blood spot? Right next to me is Yamaguchi. This blood goes all around the library. It's not strange that there could be blood spots in the library. Like I said, this blood spot looked kind of different. I went away from Yamaguchi's corpse. This blood spot is... Yay, Maida, what are you doing sitting on the floor? Oh, Kobashikawa, do you know where this bloodstain comes from? Oh right, that's where Kinjo fell. This is the place you found him? Well, when he entered the library, Yamaguchi was there as you can see it, and Kinjo was lying in that position and unconscious. You didn't know because you didn't see Kinjo here. That's right, I heard that Kinjo was struck in the head and bleeding, but you mean he spilled this much blood? Thought it was a joke? Tori had to disinfect and bandage him, so it's okay for now. But at first I thought he was really dead. Kinjo was lying in this position, and I can't imagine that Kinjo knocked down someone else's head in the back. And how did the killer attack Kinjo to stun him? If it's enough to make you bleed this much, why did they stop with only that? I mean, Gucci and Inori were the only ones who were killed, even though there was obvious malice behind it. The fact that a black egg could kill up to 2 people since it was added later as a rule, criminal wouldn't know about this. Kinjo wakes up, I should ask him. Oh, there's some money here. I got a coin, let's go. Money! Yamaguchi's corpse stretches loosely on the floor of the library. In contrast to his sloppy body, it was droopy, his pupils were loose, and he felt empty. This is a man's death. I've seen it many times already, real people dying. Yamaguchi, you were the one who we talked to just yesterday. There's no time to be sad, even for Yamaguchi. We must find out who made him like this. We decided to investigate Yamaguchi's body. Felt something hard and cold. In the Monokuma file, it said that he was cut off by something sharp. There was a terrible wound that I could see it with my eyes open. Yamaguchi's neck was completely cut out from the back neck to the front, but it was surprising that it wasn't cut completely. Barely a piece of flesh was left attached. Put up with the nausea that came up and looked at the wound. It looked like, I've heard that the injured area is ravenously torn by something like a knife or tool that's usually roughened, but in Yamaguchi's case it was cut neatly, as if it were cutting paper with a cutter knife. Oh, I can't see anymore, so terrible. Poor Yamaguchi, spilling a lot of blood, like Tomori. Huh? My stomach was shaking inside. I suddenly felt uncomfortable. Surely blood in the library is no joke. It ran from the corridor to the body of Yamaguchi. It's also protruding from Yamaguchi's body. Gucci's neck doesn't bleed anymore. In the Monokuma file, it said that there were no other visible traumas other than neck wound. This tremendous amount of blood flows from the neck only. Gucci's time of death is 8:40. From this wound, immediate death is certain. So even if the wound started bleeding from then, it's not yet past even an hour. But why is the blood no longer flowing out from his throat? In the words of Inori, who is no longer here, it seems that after the heart stops, blood circulation also stops. So in this case of immediate death, the blood should flow even less. But isn't it too early? In a similar case, when I investigated Tomori's corpse, there was a little blood coming out from her. In contrast, Yamaguchi's body looked very dry already. Less than an hour since blood is spilled, but the blood already dried up? I knew something was wrong, but there was no way to think about it anymore because there wasn't Inori or Kinjo who had a professional insight on these moments. Inori can't speak to us anymore, but Kinjo is still alive. I should ask him if he wakes up. Blood trail. It's a huge blood trail traced from Yamaguchi's body to the library door. Was this all Yamaguchi's blood? There's something wrong with this. It's a terrible amount to look at, but I've seen a situation similar to this. It's dark back then, and I couldn't see well. Tomori shed such a tremendous amount of blood and died. However, there are more from the Yamaguchi's in terms of quantity, because this blood leads all the way to the corridor. There's also this. In Tomori's case, there were 2 wounds, one in the neck and the other in the stomach. It's also discovered several hours after death, so it was already bleeding. It's an hour after death, and no matter how deeply you're injured, can this amount of blood come out of your neck? Not only that, the shape of the blood is also a little strange. The shape looks as if the body of Yamaguchi was brought into the library from outside. I'll check this out for a bit. Huh? I slightly lifted Yamaguchi's body and looked at the floor where he was lying down. I immediately felt a sense of discomfort. If the corpse is brought from outside, there should be no blood under Yamaguchi's corpse. But that's what I see here. Blood spots are also over Yamaguchi's body. Thanks to that, Yamaguchi's stomach and chest were wet with blood. How did you lift Yamaguchi's body, my man? He's like 200 pounds. Cape of the bleeding itself certainly feels like dragging the corpse to the floor from the outside. So there can be no blood left under the corpse like this. Now before that, if there's blood under the body, it means that there was blood here before Yamaguchi fell. Is that right, though? However, Inori didn't really seem to have blood. Then this blood must be Yamaguchi's. I don't really know, but I noticed something strange about the situation with the blood stain in the library and Yamaguchi's body. I could down and discuss it with the others at the class trial. What? So, he died here, but there's a drag mark, like he was dragged in here. But he must have been killed here because there was blood underneath his body. Then what's with the drag mark? It's a huge blood trace. All Yamaguchi's blood? Oh, hold on. Okay. Oh, Maeda. Tara, what are you doing? Is there something in the hallway? Well, it's not exactly right. The smell of blood still is there, and as I keep looking at the body, I just got sick of it. Oh, are you okay? You don't have to overdo it. No, everyone is working hard. I can't be the exception. The class trial will start soon. It's alright. Why don't you answer a few questions for me, Tyra? Oh, you want to ask me something? Yes, when Mikako, Rohara and I went to investigate the 3rd floor. Would you like to tell me what happened on the 2nd floor at that time? Yeah, she should know from that. Almost at the same time the BDAs rang, Kinjo fainted. It's full of holes in my own eyes didn't see. Okay, I can help with this. That's simple enough. There's not much to tell. We, like Maeda-kun, were shaken when we found the body. And we started investigating. Okay. I don't know if this has anything to do with the case, Maheda, but there's something I'm a little confused about. Is it okay to say it? Sure, what's that? Kanata, you said you found her in the science lab, right? But I stopped by the science lab just before nighttime yesterday, too. However, at that time, the door was locked, too. Huh? The door to the science lab was locked. Yes, do you think it's related to the case? True, the door didn't open even when we found Inori's body. It's blocked with something like a clasp. So she said the door was already closed before nighttime began yesterday? I think I'll take it for reference. Thank you, Tyra. Was I helpful? I'm glad then. Oh, by the way, why did you go to the science lab just before nighttime yesterday? Oh, it's because last night I did a bit of mincemeat in it. Tried to use the scissors on my wrist. Oh, were those scissors in the science lab? Yes, I wasn't sane back then yesterday, so I went to the science lab to pick up the scissors. Understand, I get it now. Thanks, Tyra. You say the science lab was already closed. What does that mean? I'll have to check it out. Okay. Oh, stuff in here. Huh? Well, there might be something here too, and I inadvertently looked at the trash can and I was surprised to find something. That was tissue paper, but looking closely, it looks like a type of cloth. So I got the unidentified piece of cloth in the trash and opened it. Let's see. Are these clothes? No, it's not just clothes. This is no way. Yes, they were indeed blood-soaked. It was difficult to recognize the original color. The pure white color that looked at a glance reminded me that this was originally a white gown worn by doctors. This white coat is what Inori was wearing. When I think about it, Inori's body that I saw in the science lab was not wearing a white coat. I think I would find it in such an unexpected place. In fact, it may not be so unexpected. The place where the corpses are found, the science lab and the library, but the art room is pretty close to the area of the incident. The locker where Makaru was found is the same. This white coat. Seems the blood from the coat has been there for some time, since it didn't feel wet at all. Question is, where did the killer use this white coat? For starters, Inori didn't seem to have any bleeding, so maybe it was used while killing Yamaguchi. No, it can't be. It's too dry to be from Yamaguchi's blood. That wouldn't be an important clue, so I was able to make a new discovery. Investigating every corner of the white coat. Pocket of the white coat, I found out a crumpled plastic wrap, but when I opened it carefully, I could see that it was bloodstained. Locker library 4, white coated list. There's too many blood-related clues. What even happened here? So when I take a close look closely, the plastic wrap has a small round hole in the middle. The meaning was unknown. I also have to talk about it in the trial. It's possible it was used to prevent blood, but wrapping a plastic for the sake of it would have anything to do with the clues we found? Okay. Okay. What's this? Huh? This plaster weapon. Was it originally here? I thought it was against the plaster on the right. I didn't come to that art room often, so I'm not sure about this. No, probably just an illusion. Trying to make that judgment move my steps, I saw the red spot. Spear. Is this blood? Wasn't very noticeable, but there was a circular red dot on the tip of the long blade. Picked up the spear and smelled that part. A faint but fishy smell. This is blood. Weapon that killed Yamaguchi was something long and sharp. If it's long, this might fit for the murder weapon. Using it to kill Yamaguchi was returned back to the same place where it was originally. The location was different because the killer got mistaken. Blood on it must be something related to the case somehow. Why is the blood so tiny sized and in a circular splatter? So tiny they almost missed it. Did it make a small bounce for this? No, that would not have caused blood to splatter in the first place. Maybe it's the hole? So they wrapped the tarp around the thing, didn't realize the hole was there, and then cut him with it? Strange. It's a locker that contained the miscellaneous art tools. Makaru was bound like this in this bloody locker. At the time, Makaru's arms and legs were tied with tape, and her mouth was taped as well. She was locked from the outside and hit the door of the locker from the inside to try to get out. So it was a rumbling sound that echoed on the second floor. The killer did all of this, right? Apparently the culprit trapped her here for some reason. Otherwise, if you did all this to yourself, it would only create more suspicion. Only Makaru, the attack on Uhara and Kinjo must have their reason as well. The bigger issue is this bloody locker. Think about it, Yamaguchi and Inori's body doesn't seem to be related to the art room. However, what does the blood in the locker suggest? No matter who's it from, it's pretty difficult not to miss it. The blood is also dried up. Inori didn't seem to have any bleeding. Yamaguchi instead had too much bleeding, but he died not too long ago. Makaru was also tied here. She was not bleeding. If that's the case, it could be Kinjo's blood. It's my only guess, but Kinjo got hit in his head. This amount comes from his head. Wouldn't he have died? His blood's identity is troublesome in more ways than one. I have no choice but to discuss it at the class trial. Was it Yamaguchi's blood? Did Yamaguchi die here? It's the only thing I can think of. I inadvertently tried to walk towards the science lab, but I was surprised because the water from it was filling the corridor now. Water's still leaking from the science lab? No matter if I just go in. From Makara warned me before, it gives me something to be cautious of. I shouldn't step in this water. Incompetent. Get out of the way quickly. You're obstructing the traffic. Makara, you came here with this water. Still talking? Would you get out of the way already? Makara, you said we shouldn't touch the water a while ago. Why are you doing this? If you're going there, wouldn't it be dangerous to enter there? It's fine to enter now, so feel free to go in. I spoke to Monokuma earlier to put it away. Put it away? You know when you enter the science lab. Still someone seems to be turning off the faucet. You guys really don't have a clue, do you? You don't even have Tsurugi Kinjo anymore. Put that away. The faucet? Love of God, would you look directly with your own two eyes and think in your head, at least? It would be nice if I could tell you everything, huh? There's no point in being so irritating. Well, since Makaro said it's safe to walk in the water, I should be confident now. Like Makaro said, let's see what happened with my own eyes. Oh my god, yeah, she was just tortured. Holy fuck. That's fucked up, man. The object next to Nori's body is Monokuma File 3-2 brought by that thing. The victim is Kanata Inori. The estimated time of death is about 8:35. The body was found in the science lab. The cause of death is electric shock. The body's internal organs have been burned through the wet body because of an electric current for a long time while being bound. That's fucked up, dude. Terrible, not a drop of blood was shed, and yet this is the most terrible someone has done to a friend. Doing this to Inori, who is the smallest and weakest among us. The culprit behind this, it's fair to say that we're all distressed to have to doubt another friend against will, but at this very moment, this undeniable anger that I feel has risen against this perpetrator, but I don't know who they are yet. It's different from Yamaguchi. He was presumed to have been killed by his neck with one blow, but Inori's case was just a victim. It was killed in front of our very own eyes. A few minutes ago, with a single wall in between the door of the science lab, I heard her scream, her pain, her cries, her agony very clearly. I can't help but feel this anger, but it won't make any difference. This is just a Monokuma file that gives me information. I'll have to make use of this. This alone is not enough information. What can be deduced as of now is the time of death was 8:35. She died 5 minutes earlier than Yamaguchi. Around that time, we couldn't open the science lab room. We were just outside of the room. There's no problem with the time, at least. Killing 2 people directly in 5 minutes. The time we were walking between the 2nd and 3rd floors, so if we go back and forth between the areas, you would definitely stand out. How could the killer murder 2 people with only 5 minutes for each? Oh, sorry, wrong button. Alright, let's split the investigation into 2 parts. Alright, continue the next part in the next thing. Yeah, peace.